Some of South Australia's best players going head-to-head in round 4 of the Super League, brought to you by Just the Thing Furniture Warehouse. And this crucial mid-season clash could go a long way in determining the year-end ladder. It's a battle for first place between the Seahawks and the Marlins. Good evening, everybody. I'm Eric Ballnar, joined by the general manager of the Seahawks, Scott Pratt, and the GM of the Marlins, the great Michael Dunn. Fellas, it's kind of mid-season. It's kind of late. I don't even know where we are. There's been so many wiped-out games, but we're pretty much even Steven. Everybody's got to win. The Seahawks have only played one game. They're 1-0. The winner of this goes clear with 2 wins very early on, but it's a short season, so games are important early on.
They certainly are, and tonight's going to test both teams. There's some issues with depth, and so it's really going to come down to the guys making the right plays at the right time, and again, those no free bases and all that sort of stuff that we continue to talk about each week.
Dunny, how are you managing the pitching this week with the shortened bench?
Yeah, we are a little bit short this week.
He's not managing it.
That's why I have staff, right, Scotty?
That's
we've
right.
We've had this conversation.
That's right.
No, we've got enough to just get us through tonight. We've had some guys hurt and some guys got injured and different bits and pieces. So we will be a little bit thin, but we'll do our best to put on a good show for everybody, and hopefully we come away with a win.
6 clubs in your charter, is there?
No, we gave up Northern Districts.
Yeah, you did. So, thank you for that.
Yeah, so just sort of let you know
Good
that we
work.
haven't got those guys. So they're actually playing on your team, Scott. Good knowledge, but anyway, good stuff.
No, I wasn't sure if it was 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It is 6.
Yeah.
Current standings are Seahawks at 1-0, Marlins at 1-1, Rays at 1-1. Seahawks had that 9-8 win 3 weeks ago in a big topsy-turvy game versus the Rays. They had a lead, they lost the lead, they came back. Marlins split a doubleheader versus the Rays. They won one 10-2 and lost one 3-0. This is the Super League, so just a reminder, 7 inning games or 2 hours tonight. Pitchers only allowed to throw 30 pitches per appearance. This year, the fence brought back to normal size. There's the Joker card, so at any point, I'd love to see him just bang it out right off the bat. That rarely happens, though. Runners start on first and second, and that is how the Super League works. Here's a look at the starting lineups. We'll start with the defensive Marlins. We'll start with the batting of the Seahawks in this lineup. A lot of young talent. Jack Bushel at the top of the lineup and Drew Davies down there at number 6. Probably the 2 highlights of up-and-coming kids in the state.
Yeah, certainly are. And you look at that, Jack Bushel, Drew Davies and Nick Paparella, they're all off to New Zealand. So they made the Australian under-18 team, and they're off to play in that. So great to see that. Congratulations to them.
Then defensively for the Marlins is A.J. Verestigi. You see on the mound, he'll get the ball, more on him in a second. But defensively, a pretty experienced infield and outfield in general. They'll be highlighted in center field by Brody Ariola and Pat Inglis in left field, Brandon Manzella in right field, Russell Strilchuk at third base, Kosei Suzuki at second, Jake Campbell at second, Kosei Suzuki at short, Austin Gallagher at first, Jake Catton is shot and is catching. That's a look at A.J. Verestigi. He set the single-season strikeout records in club ball. Venezuelan pitcher. Pretty dangerous stuff when he gets going.
Yeah, if he's on, he's pretty slippery at any level. He can play a lot higher level than club baseball. So, but that's where he's restricted to play a fair bit now. He still throws the ball in the high 80s to low 90s, and he's got good stuff. And if he's on, he's really hard to get hold of.
Windy conditions.
Oh, yeah, look at that right field there.
Yeah, in right
flag.
field, you can see it, the flag going crazy. It's almost being blown off its bearings. You won't see a center field cam in this game today because there's wind gusts already up to 80 kilometers an hour, and it could go over 100. There's a wind warning in effect, a thunderstorm warning in effect, so we don't have the scaffolding up. We're not sending the cameraman up there in some dangerous territories. Pratty's got his rain parrot out there. What's the deal?
There it is. We're looking okay, actually. It looks like it just missed us. So,
just windy.
Yeah, very windy. And running down the right-hand side, or the beach side, is where all the clouds are at the moment.
Jack Bushel will lead things off for the Seahawks, the Goodwood product, and he has turned not just into one of the best rising stars in the South Australian game, but one of the best players in the competition, brought to you by Hilltop Office Supplies. Last year, he hit .333 in 17 games as a pseudo-rookie year. It wasn't a full season. And he's proven that it's not really a fluke this year at all. You've seen a lot of him at Goodwood, haven't you?
Yeah, I have seen a lot of him, and come through our junior ranks. And MVP for the league in the under-15s, so junior league, and then back-to-back in the senior league. I think that's believed one of the first times that's ever happened. One thing with Jack is he just has the ability to go to the next level and keep it all real and stay within himself, and takes the game on, and is an exciting player to watch, both as a fielder, hitter, and also pitching. I believe he's got some stuff working in the Giants there on the hill, doing some pitching work.
Grounds crew getting to work and closing off the gates over in left field. But you are right, Pratty, that Bushel in the high performance program started pitching, and the Giants coaching staff has said, let's have a look at you as a pitcher on the ABL development squad. So he's a development player listed this year in the Australian Baseball League.
So explain that a bit more, Eric.
Well, when you get named on an ABL list, you get some chin music right away.
That's right.
Now, you're allowed to have 5 development players throughout the year. Each team's allowed to name them. It means that they don't count against your roster spots during an ABL round, because they have to be young Australian, not played a certain amount of games. So it's basically a free addition for teams in it, and it's generally used at home when you have the development player. So it means during the home games, it'll be a great opportunity for Bushel to be in there, be in the bullpen, potentially come in and get some games if everything goes well. Back up the middle, there's Steege, easy underhand throw to Gallagher, 1 out.
Yeah, that rule too is that the development guy, they're only allowed to play 7 innings per year as a development guy. So once you play over 7 innings, you have to be on the roster properly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in terms of that, that's just a pathway, part of the pathway program that you're running as well.
It's like a rookie in the AFL type thing. It's a rookie type.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, it means if Bushel, let's say, and theoretically, he comes in, throws 7 innings of scoreless baseball, well, guess who's probably getting a roster spot?
Yeah, of course.
But then he would count on the points in the big equation of how those rosters make, and someone else would probably have to come off the roster. But this is how baseball works.
Yep.
One of those Giants guys that has a secured spot is up to bat right now in Jordan McCardle.
Which is not a bad thing, having another Aussie on, because they count for minus points on your point scale, not plus points where some of your overseas players do.
But it means on that opening weekend at home when the Giants are playing the Melbourne Aces, there's a chance that you see some of those players like your Drew Davies, like your Jack Bushels, as a development player listed, and they could come into the game. As McCardle swings at one opposite field, that goes foul.
So in what the discussion's been, a lot of imports coming out, there's still a system there, Michael, to keep local guys and encouraging local guys to be on the roster.
Yeah, you have to have them. You can't not have them. You're only allowed a certain amount of points per season. So you have to have Aussie guys who count as minus points that offset import guys and what am I trying to say? The guys that play indie ball, they're worth even more than pro guys.
This is how the point system works. You're only allowed, you have a point cap per year. You can only spend a certain amount of points over the season. So you could use more imports one weekend, let's say, and load it up. But if you do that, then it's going to cost you later in the season, as McCardle is getting ready for the 3-1 pitch. And he'll walk over to first base. So if you are a local player, maybe a guy that plays mainly club ball here, or you're not on Team Australia, you're just a local, but you're not on Team Australia, like Jordan McCardle, like Jack Partington, like Liam Bull, who are on the Giants, they count as -2 this season for the Adelaide Giants. If you're a Team Australia listed player, so your Todd Van Steensels, your Luke Wilkins, your Mitch Neuenborns, you count as -1 to the point system. If you have played in the big leagues in the last year, you are 0 points. You're completely neutral. Or you have over, I think it's 3 years service time. As Martin Music steps up, 0 points. If you played in the Japanese big leagues, or you're an Asian import, trying to foster some relationships there, you're worth 1 point. Minor league affiliated player, like the 7 Phillies that are on the Giants, are worth 2 points. And indie ball are worth 4 points. So if you were to look at a guy like AJ Veresteegi, who's on the mound right now, because he's not a local by Australian Baseball League definitions, he would be a 4-point player if he were to suit up for the Adelaide Giants. Same with Austin Gallagher. He's not a permanent resident, or he's not a citizen of Australia. So Austin Gallagher and AJ Veresteegi, if they were to get picked up by an ABL club, they would be worth 4 points.
Right.
So a balk there called on AJ where he didn't look like he stopped. He just went through his motion and didn't come set, so a non-pitch there.
Music will offer at another pitch, and he swings at this one hard over towards left field. Inglis having a look, gets to the wall, and see you later, alligator. That one's hit all the way to Ostrava. The Czech national has made it 2-0 early on.
Well, I was going to say uncharacteristic by AJ with the walk and then the bulk. Like he's normally a cool customer, and then bang, he's given that up. That you just don't see that happen from him.
Yeah, it's funny too that you see that ball go out at left field there too. That normally the wind here takes the ball towards the line.
Yeah, it goes foul,
and with
right?
the wind going the other way, then Paddy Inglis actually ran past the ball, and when it landed, you see where Paddy Inglis is standing there at left field. When he actually lands, the ball landed over his right-hand shoulder.
Wow.
Which it went in the other direction, which is unheard of here.
Yep.
Another hard-hit shot to left field. Inglis will move under this, and Alex Ashby is retired.
It's a very unusual wind here tonight with it blowing out, so there could be some runs scored with some big boppers here tonight.
Matt Hutchings up to bat.
Oh, Drew Davies.
Nope. Drew Davies up to bat.
Drew Davies, the 15-year-old from Southern Districts, super athlete, fast runner, throws hard, hits hard. He gives you everything. We saw that catch at centre field. Really developing into
He was
an outstanding player in the league.
He was 2 for 3 in round 1 of the Super League, and he scored a couple runs, so that was obviously important with his bat. But that moment came in the late innings when the Rays were up by 3 runs. They had the bases loaded, and a ball was hit over his head. As Davies will try to poke this in between the gap, and it falls. It'll rattle up against the fence. Andrew Davies is going to hustle for 3. Andrew Davies from Southern Districts has himself a triple.
Oh, no.
And that goes away. It's a triple. It's an error. It's a run. And this kid has just flown around the base paths and made it 3-0.
Well, I did say he's got the complete package, and he's delivered right on time. Fantastic by Drew, and hit that beautifully in the gap. And you could see there, he's facing the ball. He could see that there was an opportunity for him to take third, and really took it on.
I was about to say the difference that he made in the last game was that diving catch that took away 2 runs, which spurred a Seahawks comeback, and that one's a triple, an error, and a run, and it's 3-0.
I like the way as he's rounding second, he had a look at what that relay throw was doing, and really took that opportunity to take it on.
Matt Hutchings is now up to bat. Got a few ABL games under his belt. He's only 26, 27 years old.
Yeah, I'm not even sure he's that old, Eric.
Probably the star player right now on Goodwood, one player that's going to be relied on throughout the year in the middle of the lineup, with a couple departures, couple retirements, and injuries right now into that Goodwood side.
Yeah, look, it's been really good with Matt, just seeing him around the club, just taking a bit more of a leadership role as well with the younger kids and talking to them about how to play things.
And he goes up the middle, it doinks off the base path, and it's a single for Matt Hutchings.
Telling you, I haven't seen AJ like this for a while.
Yeah, he got touched up a little bit last week, too, versus the Giants, didn't he?
What did he do on the weekend? Did he...
Yeah, he had a good game. Yeah. He was really, really good on the weekend for Golden Grove, and they got a big win, 4-2 win. It was a nail-biter, though, over Northern Districts, and Norths have been banging on the door of a couple wins, and they've just fallen short in the late innings.
Yeah.
They've certainly been competitive, haven't they?
But see, this is the thing. He's got to come up on a Wednesday night as well.
Nick Paparella up to bat. Paparella jammed a little bit. That's going to fall in an awkward spot. Moving into it is Brody Areola, and that will end the inning. But a home run to Martin Music and a triple and an error that scored Drew Davies puts the Seahawks, brought to you by Fresh and Delicious, up by 3 just like that. Back at the Super League, brought to you by Just the Thing Furniture Warehouse. Get free Metro delivery by referencing the Super League or baseball in South Australia. You're going to get a look at the Marlins. They represent the north and the east of the South Australian baseball competition. Here's a look at the lineup, notably in the middle. Austin Gallagher been pounding baseballs in this state for a while. Interesting move having Jake Campbell. He's off to a great start in club ball. He's been perennially a pretty good year in Super League. He's down in the 8-hole. Bit of line balance throughout the lineup.
Yeah, it just gives a little bit more depth down the bottom if you can get some guys on in front of him and pick up some more runs down the bottom of the lineup.
Defensively, this is what the Seahawks look like. It's a young outfield with Aiden Prokopek, 19 years old in left field, Drew Davies, 17 at center field, and Peter Pake, I think he just turned 20, over in right field. The infield of Alex Ashby from Norths at third, Jack Bushel at short, Nick Paparella at second, and the experienced Jordan McCardle at first. Catching the balls and strike is Martin Music. Pitching today, Josh Tyndall. He's been around for a while in this competition. He's become one of the key features of this powerhouse Sturt team we've seen for a while as one of those main heads on the three-headed dragon.
Yeah, well, they've got some depth right there, which is great for them come three-game series.
Kosei Suzuki swings at the first pitch. Should be easily playable for Drew Davies, the development player for the Adelaide Giants, makes the play, and that is one down. Brody Ariola up to bat next. He's with Port Adelaide. Brody had that big Super League performance last week where he had a home run and 6 RBIs, was named the player of the game. He came up with bases loaded 3 times.
Yeah, he did. And went 0 for 2 in the first one, and we actually had a chat about it, saying surely he can't go 0 for 3 with
and the next pitch,
bases loaded, bang, and then he hits a grand slam.
So Tyndall and Music work together over at Sturt. So that low 80s fastball from Tyndall.
Yeah, and he runs a two-seam in. He's quite crafty the way he goes about things, Tinny.
Crowded house over at Sturt in terms of pitching stocks they've got. You got the likes of Damon Arnold, Josh Tyndall, and then players like Aiden.
You got JBR there
Prokopek,
as well.
yeah, and then Jackson Brebner-Rust, the reigning Caps medalist, and they have a B-grade superstar as Bushel can't quite handle that, takes a weird hop, and that will advance Ariola to first. But on Sturt, they have a guy named Matthew Williams who is playing in, he played B-grade on the weekend, played Gawler, got through 5 innings and 58 pitches, shut out.
How would you feel playing for Gawler and you come up against him?
Yeah.
Not to mention, like you said, there's Aiden Prokopek and also there's Hunter Mitchell, who we saw Hunter out here last year. He's just had Tommy John surgery. So, yeah, there's 6 arms that they're rolling through.
So you're saying they have a good rotation come finals?
Oh, yeah.
Austin Gallagher up to bat. Gallagher off to a bit of a slow start by his standards, although it happened last year, too. Last year, Gally had 16 home runs, 37 RBIs, and 36 walks in 29 games. This year, he's just 4 for 16, but he does have 2 home runs. He does have 4 RBIs, but notably, 8 walks in club ball and 3 walks in Super League. So in total, he's got 11 walks, and we're not even at mid-November yet. People don't even want to pitch to him.
No, that's right. That just goes to show that, doesn't it? They're going to work around the edges, not give him too much, especially when a guy hits 16 home runs.
But that's good for Gully, though, too, is that means that he's disciplined with his hitting and he's not just getting himself out. He's taken those walks and relying on the guys around him to try and score runs as well.
Gallagher went down fishing for that one.
It's certainly a way to keep your average up, too. If you can walk a lot and not get outs all the time, it certainly helps your average over 120 or 150 at bats if you can walk 40 times.
Yeah, that's right. And then he's got Bishop behind him most of the time, right? Driving some runs.
He's got a batting average right now of 250 in club ball and an on-base percentage of 500.
Which is pretty good.
Swing and a miss there, though. Tyndall gets him to chase, so could have been the third out. Instead, it's out number 2. Brings up Brandon Manzella, the reigning Rookie of the Year of the Hilltop State League. Manzella, though, off to a sluggish start. 1 for 17 for Golden Grove this year. They'll want that number to change, and I'm sure he's due for a couple hits. Tyndall will throw a first pitch strike.
And that's always bound to happen. You get worked out a little bit after you become a Rookie of the Year. People don't throw you the same pitches all the time, and then you have to adjust as a hitter and try and hit a little bit better. So this is where you have to make the game of adjustment and try and work around what the pitch is trying to do and what they've seen from last year and get yourself some more hits.
He's raced ahead now. Josh Tyndall on the mound. Manzella lays off. Tyndall was walking off the mound.
Everyone was walking off. Even the hitter was starting to walk off then too. Go on, hit a 2-run bomb now. Just to annoy Scott Pratt.
Murphy's Law, right?
Some lightning happening in the outfield and the right field. Ball hit hard. Hops over to Jordan McCardle.
Geordie.
And, hey, you know what? On Friday night, the Adelaide Giants are looking for a first baseman with no Rickson Wingrove. We'll get a look at this replay. Maybe Jordan McCardle just made a case to say, hey, put me in at first on Friday night in Perth.
White men can jump.
Ooh.
He's up there.
Is he wearing Luis Avilas' Jordans? Because he just hopped high.
He did.
Well, end of one. Seahawks have a 3-0 lead, fellas. One of the exciting things happening this weekend for the Adelaide, or in Australian baseball, Team Australia playing tonight. And there's a few local club ballers that are in the competition. Todd Van Steensel and Josh Tolles, who play over at Woodville. Mitch Neuenborn, who plays at West Torrens. Rickson Wingrove at Sturt. But, of course, Chris Adamson and Luke Wilkins, the other Adelaide connections there. But, fellas, how cool is that to see? You've got 4 players that regularly play in the local club ball competition this season that are on Team Australia and probably will be on the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, that's cool. That's exciting times. And again, it opens up the door for other people to have a look at that and think, yeah, look, that's where I want to go and where I want to be. And well done to those 5 guys. Outstanding. And don't forget Tank, Chris Adamson, coaching in that as well. So, again, opens the door for coaches and pathways and all that sort of stuff. And good on them for making that team, and should be an exciting game tonight.
Yeah, 8:30 p.m. You can watch that on ondemand.baseball.com.au. You can register and watch the games. It's like your MLB TV platform. Don't tell Dunny it is free.
It is.
It is free.
Don't let him.
All around the world. But for Dunny, it costs double.
That'll be right. Make me pay for it.
You sponsoring it?
Not tonight.
Peter Pake steps in, swings through a pitch from A.J. Verestigi. This is his SLBA season debut. He's 5 for 23 with Goodwood in club ball, and an increased role for him with the Exodus at the reservation.
Yeah, he stepped up a bit and...
strikes out, though.
Yeah, A.J. clipping the outside edge. A nice pitch there by A.J. Yeah, Peter Pake has developed into a key player in our club and one of the young juniors that has come through and started to take on a bit more of a leadership role as well. And he's out there coaching our under-10s on a Sunday morning as well and putting back to the club. He's a great kid. Aidan Prokopec up to bat now from Sturt. Not throwing tonight. He's got a little blister on his finger, so ideal to shut that down for a while. Let that heal. AJ's just opened up. Did you just notice that there? All of a sudden it feels like he's found his groove. There's a bit of venom in that pitch. He's starting to throw some serious velo.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't have been very impressed with his first inning, so he's come out a little bit fired up in this one.
He has.
Ball hit on the ground. Jake Campbell scoops, gathers, hustling down the line. Aidan Prokopec. They get the out, so 2 quick retirements here. And that will be the end of A.J. Verestigi, because we're going to have a mound visit, which means a pitching change has to happen as Coach Tam Harkin comes out there. So that'll be the end of Verestigi. He allows those 3 earned runs, but he gets 2 quick outs here.
Really impressed with the way he came back after that. Like, that was a tough innings, that first one. And you could just see he was just off the boil a little, and that last 2 batters, he really stepped it up and had the velo popping. You could hear that glove cracking. Who have we got here, Michael?
This is the Port Adelaide import we have on the mound here.
Sammy.
So, Sammy, how do you pronounce his last name?
Stiegert.
Stiegert. Very, very similar to the Anthony Herrera from years gone past. They look identical, to be honest.
Got the socks up, the whole get up.
And he's playing at Port, exactly the same club team. So it's they obviously like that kind of guy down there. So he's I think he started okay. They had a good win I think they had a really good win on the weekend.
Yeah, that was a big one for Port to get off the blocks and get something under their belts. But he pitched for the German national team, went to Auburn University at Montgomery, but on the weekend, no earned runs, 3 innings pitched, no hits, 1 walk, had a few strikeouts to his name. He looked pretty good.
Let's hope he can replicate that tonight. Keep us in it.
So Sammy, that different arm slot, and right away, the man who started off the party last inning gets a hit. Jack Bushell with his first one of the day off towards right field.
Yeah, not mucking around there, Jack. He saw a pitch that he liked and drove it to the other opposite field. So nice work. Not what you want ideally when you come in as a pitcher. You just want to get ahead and
get in and get out.
Bang, he comes up and gets that. Now you got to face J-Mac.
Jordan McArdle going to be in game number 150 this weekend in the Australian Baseball League. If there was no COVID canceled season last year, and it wasn't shortened in 2021, he would be over 200 games in the ABL, and he's only 24 years old.
Yeah, it's a long career ahead of him if he can stay healthy.
And a long career behind him. Like he just seems like he's been a part of the Giants for so long.
Well, he was a development player in my first year in Adelaide baseball in 2014-15. That ball slips away. We've got a runner over at second. Yeah, he was a development player in that 14-15 season. That was the year when the Bite at the time were loaded. They lost that championship series at Norwood Oval. He's really been around the program for almost a decade now.
Yeah, identified early and started the early days as a catcher and come through all the charter programs and state teams and really was in that group of some star players.
He was in that chat that I had with Davo. Listen to that, by the way. Go follow Adelaide Giants Insider on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is. I chat with different players every week. One coming out tomorrow. It's a good preview of the Perth series. There's a plug for myself there. But had a chat with Davo about the makeup of the team, and his words were McArdle's pretty much as close to a captain as you can have on the Giants. If the captain strikes out, and that will end the inning. So nothing done for the Seahawks, although they already have that 3-0 lead, large in part to that Martin Music home run back in the first. So we'll head down to the middle of the second. We'll have Strilchuk, Inglis, and Lucas due up. But yeah, more on J-Mac. That's what he said. That's how important he is, and he'll be with the Adelaide Giants just like you this weekend. A few of the local boys will be out there. We'll announce the roster officially tomorrow, but I'm pretty stoked to announce that a few Super League players and local club ballers, and Liam Bull and Jack Partington, Jordy Gross, Riley Yateman have all made the opening day roster, and they'll all be in Perth this weekend.
Yeah, it's good for them young kids to get an opportunity to play in a real weekend ABL season instead of the exhibition games we played last year. So that'll be exciting for them to get there, and they'll all get opportunities somewhere over the weekend. It's just a matter of where. Some will get more work than others, but they just need to do their job and role for the team, and that's the way we do things at that level. And you talk about Geordie being as close to a captain as we got. Yeah, it is that type of makeup that we have, and he certainly lets the guys that have come in from overseas or whoever they've come in from of how we do things and how we go about it. So,
because that can be an issue, right? You can get guys coming in from all around the world, all around different teams, act like a bit of a big leaguer and think, they're here just to whatever, do their thing, but to create a culture is really important.
And from my perspective too, we're all about, we need the volunteers to run the game days and what happens, and everybody chips in, and they're super important to us. And if you've been around Adelaide baseball before, the players have always had this respect for the volunteers, and it goes vice versa. We had a volunteer day when Jordan McCardle was with Team Australia in Perth, so McCardle couldn't be at the volunteer day, and he sent a message through saying, you know, looking forward to the season, thanks for all you do, everything, telling everybody they're the best in the biz. So it goes even off the field what Jordan McCardle does, and that sets a precedent, right, with the other players in the organization. Hard hit ball from Russell Strilchuk. That goes in the 5-hole of Nick Paparella, and it's a lead-off. It's got to be an error, surely.
Yeah, that's an error. One of the biggest things we have with the Giants, and Chris makes it very clear at the beginning of the year, is that the guys on our team, we tell them, you're not fighting for a spot here. Right? The import guys, you know, where there's so much competition, you're it.
Yep.
You're it. You're it. You'll be in the team the whole year. Just go out and have fun. You don't have to put any pressure on yourself because you're going to be here every week. That's the reason you're out here, to try and get better.
Yep.
You're not fighting for a spot. You're not going to get taken off the team. You're not going to get dropped down to another level. Just relax and enjoy yourself.
Which is what they're not used to, right?
Which is not what they're used to. But then they get that. Then they go, oh, okay, I can relax now. I can have some fun and really go about my job here and try and get better.
Which is why a lot of them like coming down here, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you're not waiting to be tapped on the shoulder.
Yeah.
You know? So you know what you got to do, get better, go back, be ready for spring training and try and go through the levels.
Yeah, that's right.
We're trying to get signed again. Pat Inglis, hard hit ball over to Bushel. And boy, oh boy, the Seahawks infield has now let 3 balls squeak through, so it could have been 2 outs. Instead, it's 2 on and 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, Jack sort of played that a little differently. You can see him sort of get back on it rather than knocking that down and keep that ball in front of him.
Good by Drew Davies there to pick that ball up and get it before it get past him and go to the fence. Otherwise, you probably score 1 and it's a stand-up triple. Yeah,
that was a great effort. You see him slide down there. Yeah, and Tyndall's getting the ground balls, and the guys have got to get behind him and knock those balls down and make those plays.
Well, it gives an opportunity for Aiden Lucas. He hit a home run in his first A-grade at-bat earlier in the year. That was back in round 1 for Kensington. Scuffled a little bit since then, but he's an under-17s player. So not a lot expected in terms of production from Lucas, but there's obviously some big talent there, and you saw it at some of the national tournaments this past offseason. Yeah,
you know, you don't expect too much from these young kids. They're still growing and learning how to play the game. If you get some good stuff out of them, that's great. But it's like, excuse me, it's like every sport you play. You just need to get some hours in them, and the more hours you get in them, the more confident that they become, and the better they get over periods of time.
Hard hit ball, and that gets through the infield too. It's going to score 1. It will probably score 2. The relay coming in from Prokopek. My goodness, Prokopek with a cannon. He just one-hopped that past the foul line from all the way out in left field. But it was off the money, and it's a 3-2 game and a couple RBIs for young Aiden Lucas.
And that's got to go down as a hit, that one. That's just been been smashed past the third baseman there. You're not expected to field those. Yeah, and very strong arm in there by Procco. A little bit offline, but he knew what he was trying to do.
Jake Campbell steps up. No outs and 2 runs for the Marlins. Brought to you by Oceanique. First pitch swing from Campbell. This should be played over at third. It is by Ashby. Guns him down at first. 1 down runner advances to second. Jake Shotton over at Golden Grove Central Districts. He'll step up. He's got a runner in scoring position. That's the tying run. Shotton, first pitch swing again over at short. Bushel gathers, steps, fires. 2 down.
Yeah, nice play there by Jack. Pretty routine. But I like the way that he got his feet underneath him, moved his feet, got himself settled, and fires a strike over to first base.
See, from a coach's point of view here, very frustrating as a hitting team that you've got the pitcher in trouble, and then your 8 and 9 guys go up and face 1 pitch each.
And roll over to shortstop.
It's just not thinking about what you're doing, not understanding the game.
Yep.
You put all the pressure on the pitcher who's been in for an innings and a half, getting close to his 30, and your 8 and 9 guys come up and swing first pitch. Oh, I'd be fuming.
Yep.
I'd be fuming as a coach.
Well, especially that one, right? Let's say the one, both of them weren't hard hit balls. It'd be different if they hit them on a line.
Yeah.
They weren't even hit hard.
No, there's no excuses. That's just not understanding what you're trying to do in your role.
And 2 errors started off the inning, so it was gifted runs, and they could have piled on more. Still can't tie it here. Runner is at third base, hit from Kosei Suzuki, who's 0 for 1 today. Can do just that.
So that's that educational piece of what this is all about, right? It's the development of players. They've got to understand that. They've got to learn from it.
Suzuki watches this sail above, so it's a walk. And that was more what you're talking about, Michael Dunn.
Well, there you go. He faces 6 pitches. If all 3 hitters face 6 pitches, that's 18 pitches, and he's out. He's not even out there. He's already done, right? His night's over. So, if I was, I would certainly have been saying something, especially if you're hitting down in that lower end of the lineup to take pitches, to do what you can to get to the top of the lineup to score more runs.
Brody Arriola up to bat. 6 RBIs last week. That slips away. It could be a run, but wow, what a favorable hop off the backstop. Martin Music could just scoop it up.
Isn't that the pitcher's trick play?
Yeah.
Try and get a sneaky out.
Catch him sleeping at third base. But Aiden Lucas too smart for that.
So this Brody just needs to be smart. He's got Galley behind him. If he's not going to get a pitch to hit, take the walk, load the bases up. Tyndall's probably done as well, and then let your pitcher come in and face Galley. You don't need to be too aggressive here. You just need to have a smart at bat here.
2-0 count. Swings at one, and it gets through the infield again. It scored 1. And Brody Arriola has 8 RBIs in just 3 games in the Super League, and the Marlins have a 4-run inning and a 1-run lead.
And the frustrating thing there from the Seahawks' point of view is that Tyndall's done nothing wrong. He's thrown nothing but ground ball after ground ball after ground ball, and they're all just getting through the infield. Plays that probably should have all been made. There's not one of those plays that was really, maybe the ball hit hard to the third baseman was probably the hardest one.
Yep.
Those other ones should have been made. At this level, they should be made, those plays.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I'd give that one to Lucas was a hit. The rest of them, if you look at it, there's 1, 2, 3 plays that should have been gone by there.
It'll cost you 4 runs.
Like, in actual fact, it should have been 4 batters this innings. Ground ball to second, ground ball to shortstop, base hit to left field, ground ball to third base, side away. But then you go to 9, 1, 2, and now you're up to 3.
Yeah,
and you're bringing Arnold in off the hill.
Seahawks infield more holy than the Catholic Church right now, and Damon Arnold is going to try to come in and mop things up with a runner on base.
You've got them all, Eric.
Fantastic.
I thought you were going to say something about cheese.
Yeah.
Like more holy. Than Swiss cheese.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's a hole in the cheese. I think if you just took a big square of cheddar cheese and you just took like a golf hole size in it, that's probably what the Seahawks infield is right now.
But you know the good thing is Jack will look at those plays and he'll work out what he could have done differently, what he could do better. Again, like you're hoping the other guys, Campbell and Shotton, with their at-bats, they take that way and go, okay, what could I have done better? And that's our whole development, learning, and you're not expecting guys at this 8 and 9 and these young kids to be doing these sort of things anyway. So it's all part of that learning curve.
Can't wait for some of those photos coming out from tonight, by the way, from GK Snapshots.
Oh, get that lightning in.
So another big at bat here by Galley as well. Oh, good pitch. Change up. Got him out in front. Wasn't looking for that one. And Galley's got one thing in mind here, and that's to hit it onto West Beach.
100%.
grounded foul, so 0-2 count.
So this is a situation where, as a coach, I would think about running Areola.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You're looking for an off-speed pitch. 2, if it's in the dirt, you get there quickly. Even if the catcher comes up and throws him out, Galley comes up to hit again next innings, right?
And he could be
That's
a joker
right.
card consideration too.
So you lose nothing. You lose nothing if Areola gets thrown out here at second base. So it's an opportunity where you run. If you get there, you get there. You're in another scoring position. And as I said,
and if you don't, you've already scored 4 runs this inning.
Yeah, that's right.
Gallagher, hard hit ball over to first. Jordan McCardle is having himself a day in the field. He had that big hopper in the first, and he gets down low and potentially takes away a run if that keeps squirting down the line.
Yeah, that was a good play there. As you said, if it did get past him, Ariel's got enough speed that he probably could have scored from first there as well, with another lot of lightning strikes coming over centre field. Yeah, it's quite pretty, but I'm not sure whether we like it for baseball.
4-3 Marlins lead after 2. We will be back with Super League Baseball, brought to you by Just the Thing Furniture Warehouse.
Here at Just the Thing Furniture, we offer quality, factory direct furniture at wholesale prices. From wall clocks, prints and lamps to couches, beds, rugs and outdoor furniture. We make furniture affordable, where you save up to 80% on retail, offering you the finest furniture at discount prices. When you buy from us, you won't wait months for your new furniture. Everything you see is ready for immediate delivery, and mention Super League Baseball and we'll deliver it for free. We pride ourselves on customer service, and our team works tirelessly to offer our customers on-trend furniture at heavily discounted prices. Visit our huge warehouse in Beverley, open 7 days a week, or jump online to check out our latest deals at www.justthethingfurniture.com.
Look at the ballpark, some eerie storm clouds in the distance. One of those nights that would be nice to sit on the... Look at that lightning strike in center field. Nice to be sitting on the a balcony somewhere, overlooking the seas.
And here comes the plane coming through it.
Martin Music, he had a home run in the first inning. It scored 2 runs for the Seahawks. Up to bat again.
We had a pretty good spot up here looking around, haven't we?
We have. We could get a scene out of the natural here tonight.
He was looking for another home run. Sammy Staggart still in the game. There's a plane flying through. Where's the lightning strike? Not hit the plane, but behind it. There it was. That was the scenic photo we wanted. GK Snapshots. Where are you at? You got to get some good photos tonight.
There he is, right there. He's missing them all.
No, I think he was down there. I think Gav knows what's going
Can
on.
we get that on the replay?
200 lightning strikes reported just off the coast. That was mashed, but it is well foul.
Look out the softball girls on that back diamond.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe don't throw that one again.
I think that's what he's telling him right there, right?
Throw the other one.
Yeah, go the other way.
Now it's starting to rain. You can see that on your screen. It was hot and sunny an hour ago, and now it is thunderstormy. And this is where the point where if it gets much closer, you got to have a think about what's going on. Rain Parrot has just... Can you do the Rain Parrot sound effect for us, Pratty? Jesus.
That wasn't me. That was Michael Dunn. That was good. Can you do that again?
It was not bad for Rain Parrot. Very heavy rain coming in is what it's saying.
That's a big amount.
That wasn't like that 20 minutes ago when you looked at it, Scott.
No, there's some action out there. The wind is moving it around. As you can see, that flag in right field, it's just about broken.
Martin Music has just taken hack after hack after hack trying to connect him, and he has. It's gone foul, but he's fouled off a few in a row. Was he just called out? Let's get a replay on that. Music was saying it was a foul ball. Umpires have just called it out.
They've called for it.
He's given
Mark Haylock's called for it.
a challenge.
He's called for the challenge.
But do we have a replay of it? That looks like it was fouled off himself.
It's definitely come off his leg. But I don't know whether you can challenge. You can only challenge a play out.
Here's a look at
You
it.
can challenge that.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's fouled off his toe.
Yeah.
But can you challenge?
Straight off his toe. He's called out, and he's laughing about it. In disbelief. Yeah, that's, wow. Definitely a foul ball.
Let them work it out. So what they're saying is the umpires are saying that you can't challenge that call.
Yeah, and music would know that it's
because we did make the rules up that it was only a base challenge.
Right.
I'm sure we did make those rules up. So
Alex Ashby up to bat. He's hit a couple home runs in club ball this season. How is Alex Ashby's start to this year over at Norths? He's 8 for 11.
Wow.
that's why they're in games for so long.
Is that good?
That's really good.
Up the middle. Suzuki guns him down, 2 down. Drew Davies will come to bat.
The 15-year-old Drew Davies.
He's not 15, I think he's
He's
17.
15. No, he's 15, mate.
You keep saying that for a reason, Scott.
Yeah.
Was there something in that? Is there? Or?
We had a chat before the game.
Oh, and he wanted you just to let everyone know that he's only still 15.
I just need to confirm that with him.
He's 15?
He's built like a 20-year-old.
Wow.
I've coached him for a few years, and yeah, surprised me too. Big boy.
Oh,
He's 6'3".
yeah, maybe not quite that big, I
6'2"?
don't think. Yeah, he'd be 6'2", but he's, now he's doing a fair bit of work in the gym because he is only still young and growing, but he'll only get bigger and stronger over time.
Oh yeah.
He's the next Jordan McArdle. If he keeps going in the right direction, he's the
definitely.
next Jordan McArdle. So he's got some huge potential to be a long-time Giants player if he keeps doing the right thing and growing and getting stronger and getting better and listening to the right people around him. He should play ABL for a long time.
Well, I'm glad he made the decision to continue with his baseball, because footy and baseball were side by side, and because he was just such a good athlete, right? So it's great for baseball that we've got him playing our sport.
Davies laced to right field, and it's gone. Drew Davies, he has a triple, and he's later scored, and now he's got a home run. What a start to the night for the teenager.
For the 15-year-old.
Just in case you didn't know at home, he's only
Holy
15.
cow.
I told him I'd say it a few times.
Yeah, right. $1 a time.
Yep. That was out of here quick.
No, that was a good swing.
So it's a 4-4 game. Brings up Matt Hutchings. Davies was the game. He was 2 for 3 in his first game. Let's just double check this for Drew Davies here. He's had 5 at-bats this year. He had 2 singles and an RBI in the first game. Now he's got a triple and a home run. Up the middle, Suzuki. Wayward throw, free base.
I think at times that is what can happen when you've got a strong arm, is you just rely on that and really got to make sure you get that throw right.
Brings up another kid in Nick Paparella. And the runner is going. And it was quick, smart from Matt Hutchings, who slides in there with a stolen base. Just caught the infield napping a little too far off second base.
Well, the Hutchings are known for their speed throughout the family. Dad Steve, he could run very fast, and Nick has certainly collected some hits, some stolen bases.
And that'll score another run. So the stolen base helps as Nick Paparella drives him home. And this game keeps going back and forth. Seahawks have a 5-4 lead.
That bounced somewhere funny, like
I hit
took
the
off.
dirt.
Yeah.
Boy, it's a rough display in the infield tonight from both teams.
Yeah.
Now 2 errors.
Was it Nick Hutchings won the stolen bases a couple of years back, Michael, for the league?
That I do not know, Scott.
He can run too. So that's unsettled him a little, taking the bag, and then all of a sudden a ground ball gets away.
Peter Pake now up with a
Yeah,
5-4 lead for the Seahawks.
And all it does is just make your pitcher throw more pitches. So it's unfortunate, but two outs that should have been.
Oh man, that was a big lightning strike in center field. It's a good night to not have the. You could. That ball was behind him. Did it hit him? No.
Wow. When you throw down that low, you've got to be careful that you've got to finish that off, because your fingers are sliding out, and that ball's going to have that tendency if you don't hold it right. You could see in the warm-ups a few times he'd missed a few quite considerably. And then you got that advantage of it running in like that.
And they are going to take a break, I think, with. Oh, so that'll end the top of the third. Look at the lightning in the background there.
Well, the Parrot is saying that we're going to see some rain in about 4 minutes. Let's see how it goes.
Start your timer.
And heavy rain in an hour and 30 minutes. But the way that it's coming through here, you can see it's running down the coast and missing. Just keeps running straight down, heading down to Victor Harbour.
Damon Arnold coming back out there for the Seahawks. Seahawks scored 3 in the first. A home run from Martin Music was the big difference, and then 4 runs thanks to a few errors from the Seahawks defense. But Aiden Lucas had 2 RBIs. That made it a 4-3 game, and then Drew Davies trademarked that last inning with a home run. Davies with a home run and a triple in this game so far.
Now the background is fully black and getting peppered with lightning.
That's no bueno. Well, Road could be right in time for Team Australia starting in 24 minutes. Aiden Prokopek will not be leading off this inning because he's on the other team, but Brandon Manzella.
I'm like, hang on a sec.
Brandon Manzella will be. Aiden Prokopek's in the corner of your screen on left field, retreating back as Manzella takes a first pitch strike to Damon Arnold.
No joker cards yet either. That's got to come sooner or later.
An eerie, eerie night here at West Beach.
Oi.
Manzella, right field. Is it fair? It's gone.
That was smashed.
Brandon Manzella. Mamma mia, it's 5-5.
He's only a little fella too, but that ball was absolutely crushed.
Yeah, you could see the way he got right behind that and just pulled that very hard. You see that on the replay there.
3 home runs now in this game.
And look at the flag helping it. A little bit of wind there.
Perfect.
Strilchuk will step in. Canadian, third base over at Golden Grove this year.
Well, it's interesting. 3 home runs, legitimate home runs.
Yeah.
And almost an inside the Parker, except it was a triple and a...
If only the wind blew in that direction all the time, we'd have some good games here.
That's right. Instead of coming back in your face.
Strilchuk reached on an error that started the last inning. So a 5-5 game. Neither team has used the Joker card yet. These are 2-hour-long games, and we're just approaching the hour mark. Played about 53 minutes. Strelchuk, opposite field. Prokopek running onto it. Not easy for Ashby. Diving, he made the play! Alex Ashby just robbed Russell Strelchuk of a base hit.
That was a great catch. He looked all at sea there, and then all of a sudden, oh! Wow.
Wow, that's a great catch.
That is a great catch.
What about the whole time his eyes were glued onto it?
The thing is, too, that if he doesn't catch that, it falls back into play.
That's right. That's a base hit.
Producer Brandon has some work to do after the game to chuck that one up on social media.
That's ESPN Top 10, Brando, that one. Yeah.
Look at that.
Warner Wolf.
Pat Inglis up to bat. Swing and a miss, and he's retired. 1 down. 2 down. You'd think it'd be 1 down because that ball had no business being caught.
No, not at all.
No.
Aiden Lucas is driven in 2 runs with a hard hit ball to third base, or down the third base line in the last inning. That helped contribute to this. These games back and forth right now. Fouled back. Rain starting to pick up. We 4 minutes yet from when you called that on the rain Perot there, Pratty? Lucas up the middle. Infield tested again. Bushell's got to make a quick play. The throw is on the money, and the side is retired, but Brandon Manzella had a home run. Alex Ashby had a great play in the field. We've played 3 at the Super League, brought to you by Just the Thing Furniture Warehouse. We'll see you on the other side.
Here at Just the Thing Furniture, we offer quality, factory direct furniture at wholesale prices. From wall clocks, prints and lamps to couches, beds, rugs and outdoor furniture. We make furniture affordable, where you save up to 80% on retail, offering you the finest furniture at discount prices. When you buy from us, you won't wait months for your new furniture. Everything you see is ready for immediate delivery, and mention Super League Baseball and we'll deliver it for free. We pride ourselves on customer service, and our team works tirelessly to offer our customers on-trend furniture at heavily discounted prices. Visit our huge warehouse in Beverley, open 7 days a week, or jump online to check out our latest deals at www.justthethingfurniture.com.
Look at the rain pour down now, and this might be problematic. Umpires having a look. Players are running off the field before the umpires even have a chance to call it. This is intense. Just like a fire at a circus.
We've got 4 minutes of this. According to the rain parrot.
Wow. Can you hear that on the monitors?
Have a look at it on the screen.
This is, you know what? People pay a lot of money for like these calm apps to look exactly at this, just heavy rain sounds.
The thing is, this is good for the dirt because it actually softens it up a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty dusty today.
Doesn't make it so hard. Yeah, so it could be good as long as it stops. But right at the minute, she's a little bit wet.
Yeah, we just get through this. We've got 3 more minutes.
3 more minutes of it
on the rain parrot.
And while we have that here, we're going to swap one great man out for another great man. No, not Colin Alexander. He's the greatest man. But the tier below would be all the way from Sturt Baseball Club, Adelaide Giants, a legend. Craig Watts, what's up? You've come to seek shelter in the commentary booth.
I have. I saw you lovely, fine gentlemen up here.
And you wanted to come up there. What's been happening, Wattsy? How are things looking down at club ball in Saintsland?
Yeah, good. We're going okay at the moment. We've had, 4 games. Had the bye on the weekend, which we played the Giants, which was a good bust out.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
It was really good. I think the guys actually played well. When you do a trial game, it's tough, for some of the guys to get up. And it was played really well. Good spirit. It was really good. So the guys are looking good. we're happy with that at the moment. And I brought my young fella out, Seb,
Good old Seb.
today. So he's out down there bat boying, which is good.
Thoughts on some of the defensive plays we've seen in the field so far?
Yeah,
We'll start with the good ones. We'll start with the good ones.
Come on.
McCardle at first and Ashby's play at third.
I thought they were both fantastic. Obviously, McCardle, he doesn't get up too often.
Yeah, how's that?
So he got up really well. And that catch at third base was fantastic. He had to stay with it, and it just kept coming in. You saw that home run from Martin early in the game, and that ball just, it was hooking foul every day of the week, and then, came through that way. So, and he nearly hit another one. So that ball was really tough for him to stand with. The other young fellas out at shortstop and second, Nick and Jack, they probably get the body behind the ball a little bit better, but those balls were a hard hit.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what we call just getting your work in.
Yeah.
And
As a coach, is that something you try to work with when you say, hey, look, now it's on video for you, let's make an adjustment, or how do you go about that?
We spoke about this the other day, actually. Like, all of our fields that we play in, we're all grassed. Okay? So this is probably the hardest ground in South Australia. You've got the dirt, you've got everything. They don't take ground balls here.
Yeah.
A couple of the Giants guys, they'll come out and do that, and they're used to it. When you play pro ball,
You see
when you play
McCardle at first.
McCardle at first, he can take it. So, young Jack and Nick, they're going to get used to this kind of ground. And it's tough. You're going to get bad hops, you're going to get good hops, but you just got to get your body behind it. And that'll come with age. I mean, both of those guys, I just heard from Mark Paparella, both of them just got selected in the Australian under-18 team, which is amazing.
Yep.
So really good, really good.
So a few of those players that we've been talking about in the game today, you've got guys like Drew Davies named as a development player on the Adelaide Giants roster this year. Might get an opportunity to get some game
If he
time
keeps
in
swinging
there.
the bat like he is right now,
Yeah,
he's
you
gonna
might get more
really
than a game.
chance. I was watching his swing just then, even his approach. For a young kid to have that kind of approach, he's going to be something special if he can stay within himself and drive the ball to opposite fields and hit those gaps. He's going to be a really good ball player and really exciting.
You were once a young player in the Australian Baseball League system. Can you remember that?
It was a long time ago. Yeah, I played my first game.
But what can a player like Drew Davies expect from that net? Like, he's got the taste of club ball now. He's played some Super League. What's that next level that he's going to have to get used to?
He's just got to find himself a couple of guys that he can be around. He's got to find a Jordan McCardle, someone else that he can be around. And then just milk them for as much as, and every opportunity that he gets, if he's going to come in and play, if he plays 10 games, he plays 5 games, he's got to take those opportunities and be ready to hit at all times. If we're going to expand our rosters when we're at home, they're the opportunities he's going to get to hit. I reckon my first year I played 10 games. And you just got to take opportunities.
Yeah,
when they
valuable
come.
at bats.
Exactly, and an injury might come up. You never know. He's swinging the bat well in club ball. He keeps that approach up, and he's going to open some eyes.
Well, don't forget, Curtis Mead was once that development player that was just waiting for a game. There was a couple injuries that happened. The Bite were struggling at the time. He got called up for a series in Brisbane, hits a home run in his first game. Now he's a number 2 ranked prospect in the Rays. It was that easy. No, it's not that easy. No. But the point is exactly what you're saying. Opportunities come, work hard, be around it, and you do have a chance.
And that's what he did. He had some opportunities that were, given to him. And the guy just was a workhorse, and you see him work in training, whether it be at club ball or national level. And he got his opportunities, and next minute he's one of Australia's best hitters and potentially could be our next Major League Baseballer.
I reckon we're in some trouble with this game. You can take a look at the infield and the puddles coming up there. So, Watsy, I'll get you one more final question here because, we get to see these imports play, but we don't get to interact with them as much as you would get to at club ball. So guys like Martin Music obviously seems like a bit of a personality when he's on the field. Seems like a pretty good game caller behind the plate. Can you give us some insight?
Marty's been amazing. Like, it's if we look at back, we can talk about this for a little while, but you look what happened with the basketball this week. You've got imports that come in, and they've got to come into our culture. Whether it's playing basketball, baseball, whatever it may be, and they need to come into our culture. We don't need to go into their culture. And that's one thing that Marty has done. He has been amazing. The way that he's talking to the guys, he's really taken on that leadership role within the club. He calls an amazing game. and the guy can flat out play. To have a catcher like him that can run as well as he does and do all those kind of things is just something special. So,
and you've got a big pitching staff there.
Yeah, we have got a good pitcher, and they're all but they're a very, very tight-knit pitching staff.
Yep.
And to have someone like him that's going to be a consistent catcher. Over the last couple of years, we've struggled with catchers.
Yep.
When
JBR's
when he got hurt,
Macca got hurt, playing, we'll just say mixed netball. But when Macca got hurt, it really put a hole in it. And, if the Adelaide Giants were playing last year, we didn't have a catcher. So Jordan came in and caught really, really well. JBR, one of the best catchers in the league, but also, hey,
you
one
wanted
of the best
to pitch.
pitchers. So have someone like Martin has been really, really special for us as well. Looks like we are packing up, boys.
Watsy, we appreciate you stopping by, giving some insights. Craig Watts. We'll have to get you on some of the broadcasts later on this year.
Love to, guys. Yeah, for sure.
Dunny, we'll bring you back in for some final thoughts on this game. Game is being called, from what I understand. Is that the report for the sideline report, Michael Dunn?
That is the call. We are cooked. Stick a fork in it.
5-5 game.
5-5.
See you later.
Draw, shake hands and
call it a draw. Point each. Move on to next week.
Yep.
All right. Well, then we'll leave you at that because in 10 minutes' time, Team Australia plays. There's a few South Australian club ballers playing in that. ondemand.baseball.com.au.
Do you have to pay for that, Eric?
Dunny, go home. You're drunk.
check on your phone there.
Starts in 10 minutes.
See you guys.
See you, mate.
See you later.